Okay, so I'm filming the sun. I don't know what this will look like, I can't even see it, but I'm filming it right next to the so-called bus depot, which I think we realise is not a legitimate bus depot. But I'm just standing here and filming it because I wasn't going to, but I can see it coming up through the railing there, and it might be interesting. I've got the phone, I can't see what I'm filming because I've got the phone around the wrong way, but I thought it might make the sun come out clearer. I'm not sure, but of course we have, right behind me. They could pick anywhere in the park. Like, this is a huge park to do the exercise, but they have to perch themselves literally up on the corner there doing their fake exercises. They are not real exercise people or real people in any way. They are told to go there. Is the sun coming through? Because they know that I'll come up around that corner, because this should be all barren up here, because this is just the back way of the park, you see. Normal people would not put themselves there, and they've even got a tent up there. They're not even regularly there. They're only there when I come there. If I come here later, they would be here later. It is early in the morning, the sun's coming up, okay? But if I come here at 10 o'clock in the morning, they'd be here at 10. If I come at 1, they'd be here at 1. Apart from night time, because even the Matrix people have to appear to be normal and natural, shall we say. That's the game, is to make me look a fool and them look normal. But they are not normal in the sense that it's all staged and set up to, to make you feel that you are always surrounded by a matrix, that you can't live your own life, that this is not your reality, that it's theirs. And that's exactly what's happening every day, more and more, where some people are finally becoming aware of it. I wouldn't be aware of it either, but I'll tell you what, if the Matrix hadn't come down on me, a few years ago, 4 and 8 months, I would not realise it till probably now, or at least over the last year and a half, when all this V for virus has, invaded the world. But the invasion has taken place long before this virus. This is just the end time when they are scrambling to maintain and to actually show total control, if you want to look at it, because they've had the upper hand and control over this reality for quite a long time. But like, it's the same as like in Sydney. Now we're feeling restricted, but we accept the restriction. It's like the like on the sign that was down there, what is it? The Stockholm syndrome. You'll accept your captors, you'll accept your restrictions, and you will think that that it's a benefit and that they're your friends. Because I'm being conditioned to play in the game. But that's why some of us, the Matrix exposed itself before now. That way we will also play the game, because like myself, you've already been restricted before acceptance of restrictions, like real restrictions, sun's coming up. Sun's coming up through the thing there, but I don't think it's going to come out there. I don't even know why I'm filming this, but it can be. This is actually quite quiet. They're playing, you know, as though it's all normal here this morning, because normally there would be more activity even at this time, but they don't want me to show the Matrix even to a few people on a video, even to a handful of people in the entire world. That's how concerned they are in keeping, you know, people in the dark, because most people should be waking up now, because the Matrix is finally exposing itself, I would say, if you really think about it. At least even I would say, hey, what is going on in the world now? Whereas in the past I did not have a clue. Until I was targeted by the Matrix personally, I did not have a clue. I thought everything was my own problem. I thought it was all in my own head, every difficulty. I thought the world, or I thought Sydney, for instance, where I live, was okay. It was only me limiting myself, not what was around me, not the Matrix, in other words. There was nothing, but that was because that's what they do with a lot of people. They let you restrict yourself, but when they think that you're going to break through from that mental program that you put on yourself, or the Matrix has put on you. But oh, what a beautiful dog. What a beautiful dog. Oh, can I film the dog? Oh, can I film the dog? Can I put your dog on my video? Because he's so unique. I want to show. Oh, hello. Oh, you're the biggest. Oh, so thank you. Oh, look at the sun coming up through the thing. It's coming up through the thing. Just for a temporary moment there, I'm pretending, or at least deluding myself, that I'm in a real natural world with some real people. Because that dog was very impressive, wasn't he? A great big dog. My relative used to have a great big bull mastiff, you know, before Simba. Well, actually, they were both around together. Simba was around with the bull mastiff, but the bull mastiff was before Simba, but then he got Simba as well. But the bull mastiff naturally passed over, you know, long before Simba. And Simba, as you know, passed over about Christmas time, at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of 2021. It was 2020 when he passed on, but it's 2021 now, but it was the end of 2020, right at the end. And it was the end too in many ways. I'm just trying to get, see, it almost looks normal. Just for this little bit, but the minute I get down to that corner there, at the end of the park, the traffic will start. What's today? And of course, it's just, as you can see, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's very early. The sun is just coming up. I was just trying to get it, but I think I'll fold up because I intended to make a video when I got down to this 7-Eleven to get the coffee. And I must correct myself that it's not really the 7-Eleven, but I call it that because anyone listening in other parts of the world will be familiar with the 7-Eleven. But it's the same thing. In Sydney we have 7-Elevens, but we also have a whole lot of other service stations that provide the coffee. You know, they just have a different name, but they're probably all they're all similar. You know, they're service stations that sell coffee and a few groceries, you know. I don't know what I'm filming here, but it might be all right. This park has still got trees, despite what I showed you, that they do cut a few down, but it's still got a lot and a huge amount. But, you know, see how they've cut that one over there, but you can't see it because it looks like a tree, but it's actually But see, instead of watering them and saving them, they just say, "Oh, we'll cut them down," and that's a bit negative because most of them are not totally dead. Like they're half dead, but instead of just watering them when they could bring them back to life, they're like, "Oh, well, there's probably far too many in the park." See, don't forget, Matrix is all technology. They only leave the park so that us, humans that are left will think it's not too bad. Especially if they want to promote that kind of image in an area so that you think that everything is not too bad. That's basically the name of the game around Leichhardt and in Sydney in general, and even the world in many ways, because they promote saving the natural planet. When they really know, that even the people that promote it, they know that it is not a natural planet, but also they know that they don't really care about that. They want takeover, and if they can take you down the path of protecting the natural world, whilst them still having all the power and control of the matrix or the earth, it doesn't matter whether it's natural or artificial, but it's artificial beings, artificial people that promote all these things. That's the delusion of the end time situation. That's the trick of it. That's the way of keeping you playing and keeping you in the dark as to the reality that you've been taken over by technology. There is no natural earth world, really. And that is not, what anyone... Technological beings. And technology is always in opposition to anything natural or real life. But if they showed themselves for what they really are, the rulers of this world, human beings would not want a bar of it. But instead they promote natural and pretend to be human. That is the name of the game. That is the delusion, the trick, and the deception of the end time situation in this earth matrix, or even just in this earth. Oh, I'm shouting and getting so angry because, it's happening now. And it's always been happening. It's just that this is the end of it. This is where, where there's acceptance and where they're taking, eliminating real life whilst pretending to promote it. That's the name of the game. Oh, so sorry. Oh, that fella's over there with the big dog. See, I want to believe in the delusion myself, but I know that it is a delusion. But because I'm human, I can't accept that. And that's part of tricking people too, because most people will not want to accept. It's a hard reality to accept. In fact, you can't accept it, but it's hard to face it. So denial is a comfortable option. But it's not a safe option because it's happening. And it is in denial of reality, of course. And even I want to deny reality. Even I want to get away. I would like to just ignore it all and get away and hide and pretend that nothing was happening and keep myself safe. Obviously, I'm not doing that and can't do it, but I would like to. There's a little caravan there. See, I just like to get in a little caravan and drive as far away from the technical matrix as possible. Goodbye, doggy. Oh, I don't even know why I said that. See, there again, that's delusion too. Pretending that it's all right. But maybe it raises the vibration for a few seconds. I don't know. I hope so, but a few seconds isn't enough to change a matrix. Not unless you could really hit the high notes, as they say, to where you smash the whole, I don't know how to describe it. You know, like when an opera singer can sometimes smash glass. You know that. You know how we've seen that in videos and stuff, where an opera singer, when they really hit the high notes, hit the top level, they can smash the glass. Well, see, human beings need to hit the high notes and smash the matrix wide open. You know, there's no other choice now, really. But we can't do it because, like, we're all separate, we're all separated, we're all confused, even myself. You know, I have hard enough problems just dealing with my own emotions at this time. At personal level is a big thing. You know, that means on one-on-one relationship things. Much less to be targeted by everything that is around you. And this is deception. See how they're playing total quiet here, total possum in this park this morning, so that I look a fool. Well, there is a jogger coming up, but that's not much because that would look natural too. Even though, as I've pointed out in the past, no one jogged around this park. They never did. And there's not really enough people for it. That's all fake. They are fake artificial people that are jogging around. They're artificial in the sense that they're not real life. They are technological-based beings of the Matrix. There are different species, if you like. They are an old, ancient species that have been around, and they take on human form in a natural body, so you cannot pick them. The only difference is in the mindset, really, but you can't see that because they play at being real, natural people. He says Republic on the back of that thing. I don't even know what that means. No, but I'll have to fold up the phone because my hand is starting to ache. This is probably pleasant anyway. He's stopped now. But see how quiet it is? That's a school at the back, and of course it's closed. You know, this is early in the morning. And this is the park all in front. See, a big park. You know, this is the back of the park. If you walk through the park to the front, then you're on Norton Street, which really is the main shopping centre of Leichhardt. You know, Main Street, if you like. Okay, I'm folding up. Folding up, I'm turning it off. I kind of irritate myself when I say folding up for some reason. You know, it just sounds somehow professional when that is, you know, not what I am at all. I'm just a person making a few videos for a handful of people, you know, and that's about it. You know, it serves no real purpose in many ways. And I'm sure that you can all find a park to look at a few trees, but we've got a lot of trees in this park. Maybe because that's close to me, because I do like, look, it doesn't, to me, I like nature. Even if I wasn't walking through the park, you know, I like the idea of it being in existence. That's what got me so angry when I realised that technology had taken over, you know, my environment even. Because it's not like I've ever really had time to enjoy this park much, you know, or anything that's around, or anything ever in my life that's been natural. I never have. I've never touched it. I've never felt it. I've never enjoyed it. Look at that tree though. Look at the size of it. Yes, it's quite big. You know, it was sad that they got rid of really old 200-year-old trees, like to build the West Connex, which is like a freeway under the city here. and they've got rid of those. Because I saw the sign up, a year or two ago. And they were huge, they were like 100, like there was only a few of them, but they were in this little tiny park, only tiny, where they chose to build the entrance to where the cars go in for this WestConnex. Why are they building this damn WestConnex underneath the city when at the moment you can't even go more than a few kilometres? There's no people, it's all fake. Now with the virus, they're restricting everyone. So what do they want to have all, they're saying you shouldn't be travelling, you shouldn't be leaving your house. So what do they spend all that time and money and destruction of a lot of things to build it? It's all false. There's no real reality to this reality. Who knows what they're really up to? Because they know what's going to happen anyway, and yet they build all these things. All those trucks going past me, that make all that noise. Yes, right, Sean, that's right, they make all that noise, and I'm sorry about that. But, they're not doing productive work with all the transport even. It just looks like it, but it's all negative stuff, you don't mind trucks going along the road making a lot of noise even. They shouldn't make all that noise anyway. They should only make that noise if they're going up a huge hill or, yourself. They do it past people. That's what I'm complaining about. So I'm not complaining about the trucks or the transport in itself. I'm just saying that they use those vehicles for dual purposes. In fact, sometimes I'll just get the last of that sun. It might be coming through there. I don't know. That's coming through the back of the school thing there. See how I mentioned how they closed that entrance off into it? So that's just closing things off. Is it coming out? But don't forget, all this, even though it's nature, the main purpose of the Matrix and the Matrix ancient controlling technical beings is to get rid of human beings, real life human beings. That's why they deceive with allowing even nature, whilst they take over and eliminate, and they want to take over the real spiritual human being's body. It's the old game. I've never been very religious, but it's the old game. Because they want those human beings. They need their bodies, they need their thinking, they need their spirit in order for them to keep going, because they are a dying race, because they're technology. So all this deception is really not about even saving nature. It's about taking over real life human beings, those that are left in the Matrix. That's the real name of the game. There's nothing else to it. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And that's what they call the Great Deception, which I'm now aware of, because I'm smack in the middle of it. They don't mind me knowing, because they know that if a real life human being is allowed to be a real life human being, and other real life human beings see that or know it, because you see, most people are with the Matrix. They're not with their real life false human beings. They're separate from those. They think that they think that the people they see around them are the same as them, that they're real life human beings, but they're not. They're artificial technical beings. Seducing them. Getting them on board with them. So that we are left alone and and on our own We may not be in the dark mentally, but we may as well be in the dark because we have no support. We have no connection, and we're surrounded by fake, false, negative beings that are out to take us down. Some of them will even pretend to be your friends. You know? But that's just the name of the game, you know. But also, the main name of the game is to make it look as though they're not against you. They don't want to show other real human beings that they are against the real human beings. You know? See, so the name of the game is, although I'm aware that I'm surrounded by negative people, anti-life people that are out to take my spirit and my life from me. The name of the game is for those people to play it covertly to where they appear as though they're either not interested in you, they're not doing anything wrong, or even that they're your friends, that they're even trying to help you, whilst undermining you all the time, secretly, in a covert manner, bringing you down with their patrol systems around and their negative frequency noises and their negative radiation and technical energy that they are sending into your home and onto your body 24 hours a day, even out in the open here, because it is a technological based reality that is going through, you know, because it's even a Wi-Fi reality, if you want to put it that way. We're aware of it. My hand is aching now holding up this artificial mobile phone that is full of negative frequency, you see. That's a reality that we know, much less the stuff that is coming at us that we're unaware of. See? So it's a delusion. So I'm just pointing this out. This is all delusion. Here we have the pram pusher coming up in front. These people do not breed. Their babies come out of some sort of laboratory or something, but they like to push the prams and pretend they're natural breeding human beings. There's no man-woman thing going on in any of these people, that these pram pushers, even the dog walkers, all these people, it's all fake because they know that's what humans like. Look, oh, I'm not even going to film that. Oh. Well, it was one cute baby, but I'm not going to film it. But is it real? Is it a natural life baby? Conceived naturally is what I'm talking about here, because that's the only way you can create natural life. That's my point. You can create life, no doubt. We've seen it in movies and we're aware that yes, you can create life in a laboratory. Science even can do that. They even tell you that. It's not hidden. But it is not natural spiritual life. That is the trick of this world and this matrix. They built all that there just recently, even though the school's been closed. That's because when I went past, I saw them. They stole my thinking there, I think. I could be wrong. I could be giving, you know, but they do that because they download human thinking. And I remember saying how ridiculous it was, because I knew it was all staged, that they brought all the kids out to be playing and making all this din of a noise by playing basketball over there. But they were playing it in the rain. See, so they got caught out. See how ridiculous they were? And they knew that I thought that, and I said it. I said, how ridiculous that the school would let the kids play the basketball in the rain. So they took notice of that now, so they're like, because they want to look natural and plausible, you see. So they built this cover over it. Only recently, it's now completed, even though the school is closed. But so that way, when they're doing all that noise and din with all the kids there, when I come past, because that's what I say, they had to do it when I come past, but it was raining that day. You know, you'd probably say I'm out of ridiculous to say that, but as you can see yourself, they built that huge roof over it. It used to be without a roof, only like 6 months ago. And needless to say that they created a lot of noise while they were building it too. So they cover everything, you see. They have dual purpose with everything. All the work they do, they can ramp up the noise as I go past. You know. But yes, they're deceiving you this morning because look how quiet it is. This is unbelievable. There's no one around. But they will. As soon as I turn the mobile off, it will start up. That is the matrix. They don't want a human being to be able to show that it is a matrix and what is taking place. That's just it. And what you can do about it, God only knows, as they say. Anyway, I'm turning this off now.